An Olympic triathlete and 8-time Ironman champion Andy Potts has spent decades pushing his body to the limit. The 48-year-old retired from racing in January, but is hardly slowing down. News 5's Diane Derby spoke with him about how he's using his retirement to help others determined to follow in his footsteps.
Hey, go back to the other wall so I can get better times. Okay, no big deal. We're going to start at this end.
To watch Andy Potts coach para-triathletes at the Olympic and Paralympic Training Center in Colorado Springs is a study in discipline, focus, and determination. In January, Potts was named the new coach of USA Triathlon's para-triathlon resident team.
You do not need to press, but you do need to concentrate on
one of those residents is Lucas Yunt, who is training for the 2028 Paralympic Games in Los Angeles.
I was born with a condition called fibular hemimelia. Sorry, doctors, if I butchered that, but it's where I'm missing both fibula bones in my legs.
But that doesn't stop you. That doesn't stop you in the pool,
nope.
On a bike,
no. On a track.
On a track. I mean, that's just amazing. How come it doesn't stop you, Lucas?
Because there's just that determination of you can play the victim or you can be this something that people can look at and be like, oh my gosh, maybe I have a child like this, and show him, hey, look, here's this kid doing this.
When we met Yunt, he had been training with Potts for 2 months. He says the most important thing he has learned from Potts is to
be patient and enjoy the process. I've been told that all my life. Since I've joined adaptive sports, I tend to rush the process, but he's really helped me to know that, hey, if you don't slow down the process in triathlon, you will burn out so fast and you won't be able to achieve what you want to achieve.
Lessons Potts learned over decades of work. His first time in the pool was at 5 years old.
At the Hershey Aquatic Center.
In Pennsylvania?
In Pennsylvania, Chocolate Town. I worked with this guy named Rusty. He taught me how to swim. Great instructor, real raspy voice.
He says for years he rode the coattails of his older sister, Alice.
I just followed her along. She's 2 years older than me, and she would go and excel, and I just like, oh, I want that. What's she doing? I want to follow her.
And at 12 years old, he decided to be an Olympian.
1988, I watched Janet Evans and Matt Biondi excel at the Seoul Summer Olympic Games, and I said, that's what I want to do. I want to be an Olympian, and I want to win gold medals.
In 2004, he found himself at the starting line at the Summer Games in Athens.
I remember the emotion of it all. And as a kid, that childhood dream at 12 years old manifested itself, and I ended up coming out of the water first. So I was like, hey, I achieved my childhood dream in the middle of the race.
He's also been the world champion Ironman 70.3 and won the full 140.6-mile Ironman triathlon 8 times too. And he won gold at the 2007 Pan American Games in Rio de Janeiro.
Early in my career, with some naivete involved, I just wanted to be better than you. I wanted to go out and just beat my competition. And at some point through the trajectory of the years and the seasons and in the career, it became about being the best version of me.
And he credits his parents for helping him get there.
They were the ones who instilled the most core characteristics inside of me that sports gave the opportunity to express.
Which those characteristics are?
Discipline, perseverance, hard work, concentration, just how to be focused. All these things, these are the mental pieces of the game with a character acumen to it, where it's like, how treat others how you want to be treated. Show everybody respect, demand the most of yourself, demand better.
We're gonna head over and do some drills.
Now that best version of himself is about being the best coach he can be.
Too big.
Whether he's leading running clubs for kids or helping athletes with Olympic dreams, Andy Potts is using his retirement to master a new craft.
I spent my career juggling sports, and when the time to retire professionally from racing came, it wasn't about choosing a simpler life. It was about choosing a life where I could teach. I always wanted to be a teacher. I always wanted to help other people, and I've been blessed with having great coaches, just fantastic, world-class coaches, and I think it's my turn to coach the next generation and future generations.
That was Diane Derby reporting there. Andy Potts became a triathlete only a year and a half before he represented the U.S. at the Olympics in 2004. To learn more about him and his career, click on this story at KOAA.com.